We are starting in few minutes. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining this 12 hours marathon. Now is part 1 for 3 hours. 2 hours here, or probably 90 minutes, depending on my health. And then the rest will be me present in my GoBrunch room. We are starting in few minutes. Thank you so much for your patience. We are starting very soon. We are live. This is the start of my 12 hours marathon. This is the part 1. There will be 4 parts of 3 hours. And as most of the time when I run these kind of things, I can prepare, but at the same time, I am open for surprises. So it will be probably this agenda. 4 parts, 3 hours each, starting at 10:40 p.m. my time, which is in fact 12 hours before 49 years ago I was dropping my first cries, my first shout as an angel baby on Earth. And my parents knew already that I will be their only child. My parents knew already that I will not be perfect. My parents knew already that I had some physical defects or particularities, let's say like that. Yet they loved me. Just for the fact that my presence in their marriage, in their lives, was the tree of peace, gently growing as a seed as a baby. My first name is Olivier. Of course, no, you can call me Oli, because there are people that was calling me Oliver. As I was born in Belgium, some people would say that I'm in France. It's okay. I am there in front of you to not only celebrate this time, but also to celebrate us. We are alive. There is no perfection in this world. We are here, human beings, within our body, vehicle, our flesh, full of blood, muscles, skeleton, cells, all cooperating together to build what it is us. Depending on our journey, we might be born few decades, few years, or few hours ago. And we don't know when we are going to leave our vessel. The last 12 months was very pivotal for me to realize that. And that as I would have been happy to envision a life where I will drop my last breath at 88 like the Pope, there is no such guarantee. I can, of course, live at 88 or more, or I can leave this world in few decades, in few years, or in few days. The last 12 months, I've been noticing the passing of 4 of my friends, and even more, probably 5. Even if I was not knowing so much, the 5th per passing was really shocking me. First and foremost, near 12 months ago, witnessing the passing of Jessica. And I want to pay her tribute for the impact she had in my life, in our life, in the life of hundreds and hundreds of other people. She was able to tell her story on January, February of last year, and then also to partake from heaven to a second anthology as a heavenly co-author. And this anthology was dedicated to her. She impacted lots of lives. And so the first of my 5 friends would like to pay tribute is Jessica. I didn't prepare anything. I think the only video that I prepared is the video of Zebi that I'm going to share. I don't know, in part 1 or later. But anyway, I was also showing this video of Zebi earlier, like few weeks ago, I think. So the first person is Jessica. The second person is Odile. And let me know in the comments if you are hearing me well on LinkedIn or YouTube. I want to be mindful that I'm not talking to myself, but I'm talking to an audience that is also ready to partake into my session. Whether you are there for a few minutes, 1, 2 hours, or the 12 hours, I don't think so, but you are welcome. And I wanna already tell you that there will be a prize during these 12 hours, no matter what the bandwidth that you are partaking. You will have points and prizes for comments, for repost of this marathon event, for asking me any French question, any language question, because it's my passion, and also for joining the stage. On Restream, you can go to Linktree/FrenchHolly, like you see the link below, and then you click join the stage right now, and you will be able to join the stage of the first part. I don't know if the other parts are having the same link. I'm going to adjust bit by bit. So I was talking about Jessica. And then I am talking about Odile. And as always, if you have questions, comments, remarks, participate, my friends. I'm there for the next 12 hours. Probably not all the time on Restream because I need also to rest sometimes. It's starting at 10:40 p.m. my time, and I will end that at 10:40 a.m. my time. And why do I do that? I don't know. I'm a bit like crazy, but it's to also honor my mom. But let's honor first Odile. So Odile, I was meeting her 12, 14 years ago. I don't know exactly when. She was a member from the family of our old neighbors, when we were living in Genval. My dad and I, we had neighbors, and she was the mother of one. And she came sometimes from Britain, the west of France, to Genval at that time to see her grandchildren. He had 2 grandchildren. They meant a lot for her. And at that time, she was visiting my dad sometimes, and I was there. And I was listening to her, and we had a kind of a bond, a friendship. And probably 12, 13 years ago, she was joining here and there, and she came to offer some gifts. There is a faience, kind of ceramics in Pornic in Britain, and she offered us, me and my dad, a soup bowl with my first name and his third name, like Olivier and Edgar. I have still 2 of them since 12, 13 plus years old, and they are my precious bowls of soup, gifts from her. The reason I would like to honor Odile after Jessica is that it's really sad. It's, once again, I think I'm not the only one. I'm not perfect. Life is lifing. And I was having her address in Britain. I was having her phone number. Yet how many times did I call her? How many times did I write her? Probably not so much. Once or twice. And sometimes, like 2, 3 years ago, I was already back to Brussels. I was having still her address and her phone number. But I was not calling her to say, hey, Odile, how are you feeling? And then in 2024, 2023, 2024, I think, it happened something that really struck me. I'm not going to the details, but she was back to Genval, probably also to take more time with her grandchildren. Not going to much in details about that, but the fact is that I was able to see her and to meet her and to call her, but I didn't. And so I was always having Odile in the back of my mind, last year, 2024. And then came Christmas 2024. And I was spending some time with my dad, like 2 or 3 weeks at his place to enjoy. And he gave me some news. He gave me some news from Odile. So it was in Christmas 2024, yet he told me that she passed away in August 2024. Yeah. My reaction was like, oh no. And so that was my first wake-up call, my first beep on the ground, to realize that there are some friends that I don't check in, and then they spread their wings. And so from now, I know that she is certainly listening to me, to us. She is in the ethereal part of heaven, And I truly believe that she's there with me, with my mom, with my family, my cousin. All the life. And that are now in the other world. So after Jessica, I would like to pay tribute to Odile. And this tribute part will probably last not more than 30 minutes, 30 minutes, or still 10 minutes, but because I want to be in the nitty-gritty. I don't see any comments live, so feel free to call me anytime, any comment. I would like also to I'm still struggling with my headphones, but this is what it is. So I am live, and feel free to comment. I would like I'm going to do like that. Welcome to my life. I don't need my headphones. I don't listen to anything right now. We are not still on stage, but feel free to join anytime. And I would like to already say that any participation from you will be rewarded because there will be points when you comment, points when you interact, asking questions, repost my event, and also go on stage. There will be points. I still don't know how much points for stuff, but you will have a surprise. Someone with the best points will win, and then there will be a second side drawings for the buy me a coffee but that I will talk at the 30 minutes of the session in 10 minutes. So feel free to join the stage, feel free to participate, to comment. And I'm now going to, after Jessica and Odile, talk about Axel. So, but first, thank you again, Joshua and Marcello, for your two first comments a few hours ago. Let's go. And Joshua saying, I don't believe I ever told you one of my cats is named Ollie. He's a cheerful and happy guy like you, but he doesn't sing like you. Foul. Yeah. I don't know. But and I witness also, so I'm going to be mindful already if I'm going to put some prizes to give some points. So I'm not perfect, but I'm going to reward you for your participation. So Joshua only. Let me just go to my Marmite. Marcello and Joshua. I see you. I see your comments of one day ago. So Joshua and Marcello. And so I see also right now, thank you so much for joining, my friends. I see right now, Catherine intro. Let's bring an intro ligator to Catherine. Can't stay long, of course, it's 10:40 p.m. your time, probably. But just wanted to say happy birthday to ReFrenchYourBrain. Thank you. It's more like happy birthday to me, Oli, that was born 49 years ago, minus 12 hours or so. I'm officially born on the 21st of June, 1976 at 10:40 a.m. I'm so precise because I have my blessing to have my birthplate, which says not only when I was born, precisely 10:40 a.m. on the 21st of June, but also my weight, probably 2.2 kilograms. So I still have this plate in my dad's place. It's a bit like a precious object, avatar of me, 49 years in this world. So thank you, Catherine Introligator, which rhymes with alligator, but you are even more kind than that, of course. I'm sorry, I'm really funny as always. I try to be funny, less funny now, but because it's not easy, but I'm wanting to make it joyful. And so Joshua just joined also. You are doing great expressing yourself. Thank you so much. It's really important because if I don't, who will at my place? And also, happy birthday, my friend. Thank you. So, 2 more points. And then Henry. I'm taking care about that, by the way, because I value your presence. So 3 points for Joshua, because 3 comments. Happy birthday, Catherine. Yeah, you don't bite, except probably a piece of chocolate. I don't have any piece of chocolate. I should have done that, but probably tomorrow I'm going to do that. So if you repost my events, you will have more points than if you comment. If you go on stage, even few minutes, you are extra having, wow, ding, 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 jackpot, lots of points. So that's your participation. So signposting, we are already on the 23rd minute of the session. I was initiating with my favorite room, GoBrunch room, from Claudio. I call it the Little Prince, with amazing meditation music where you see the Little Prince. Then I was talking about few friends that I would like to pay tribute. Jessica Harvey, that I was meeting a bit more than 12 months ago through Dr. Constance Leland and amazing group. She posted first in January, February of last year her anthology aside me. It was Beyond Boundaries. Feel free to check Dr. Constance Leland and Susanna Down, Beyond Boundaries, my first anthology partake. We were 27 co-authors, my friends. I think this is the first and really rare anthology has so much co-authors. So Jessica Harvey sadly passed away too soon on 4th of August. I remember this because it was also the heavenly birthday of my grandfather. So Jessica, this session is tributed to you. Then the second person I was talking about was Odile. And I was just sharing few, like 5-10 minutes ago, how I have so much regrets to not have taken in on her when she was still alive. And she passed away on August of last year also. But I was noticing that, sadly, only on Christmas. So she was already gone way before I was. So it was my regrets to not having checking on her. And Joshua Only again. The world is in a better place because you were born. You are loved by so many people that I know and so many people that I don't know. You are such a joyful soul. Thank you so much for sharing that. You know, this is important that we are sharing each other's, because we never know the mental space that we are in. And I'm trying to manage my emotions right now. So thank you, Joshua. So I was talking about Jessica Harvey. I was talking about Odile that was meeting 13, 14 years ago, and she was impactful in my life for her rare presence, but her gift of a soup bowl. Probably later, I'm going to post some pictures of my bowl, my 2 bowls, soup bowls of my first name that she gave to me. She gave also to my dad. And also at that time, I had a lover partner, and she also knew that I was with her and my dad also. And she also offered her a bowl of her first name, but she didn't accept it to take this bowl when she broke up with me. So sadly, I was gratifying another person her bowl first name. Her name Natalie. So that was Odile. Passed away on August of last year. The third person I would like to gratify and to pay tribute, and it's really also a sad story. Not going through the details, but my friend Axel, who I met in 2017, and we were like, there is a French expression, copain comme cochon, or comme cul et chemise, I don't know, really friends. He was older than me. He was born in 62, and I was born in 76, and we were friends. of course, our friendship was not always on the top, but I was meeting him a lot of time during the years. And we started a movement that I'm continuing because it's really about mental health, by the way. And it started in 2017. Already in 2016 and 2014, I was witnessing that, even 2012, that mental health after searching for a job for years, and being in space where you are not judged, you are welcome as you are in a space. And I call that the Café du Bien. That the cup of coffee that you see is a transcendence of that. And I will share, not right now, but I will share one of my rooms, Café du Bien. I have many rooms in GoBrunch, but two of them was Café du Bien and Refrench Your Brain. The first one where you can join, a bit like the camaraderie from RJ. And the second one is the Refrench Your Brain room, where I go to be present for my French and language classrooms. And Café du Bien is for me a transcendence of mental health, of just being in a place where you are welcome. There is no label, no title. You join and come when you want. And I had this experience with my friend Angel, which I will pay tribute also a bit later, but she passed away already on 2018, so way before. But then also on 2015, 16, I was beginning to go to places like PT Paris International. It's People to People International. They have many chapters in various parts of the world, like Creative Mornings also. And PTPI was holding on Brussels events from 2015 until the pandemic, which I call Café Libyen, where you can go, join and go, be there for a few minutes or for the whole 2 hours from 10 to noon, 10 a.m. to noon, and discuss and talk informally without any expectation, any agenda. It was like, ooh, let me sip a cup of coffee or tea with people. And it was one of my best moments because already in 2012 till 2016, 17, even 18, 19, I had struggles, my friends. And these places were my bubble of oxygen, where I was there, loved as I am. So it was way before my presence online. And they are not there anymore, but there are no other events like Meetup or Eventbrite or whatever. Like Creative Mornings also was doing that few months in Brussels. They don't do that anymore, I think. But I would like to see that more often. But places where well, there in Creative Morning there is an agenda, but anyway, you can come and join and have also a cup of coffee and socialize with people. So Café du Bien is this term, and I was birthing it through Axel, through our different meetings with a cup of coffee or chocolate, whatever, in various places. And as Odile, as Jess, as Odile, as Axel, sadly he passed away also on the 6th of December of last year. That was also my peep on the ground, like, my goodness, he was fine, he was healthy, well, probably not inside, but was not aware, but then 1 week before, he got a pneumonia and he was in the coma, and it was like, let's create a WhatsApp group to give some prayers, some good energies for having news from Axel. We were probably 20, 30 people during these difficult times for a few days. And on Friday, 6th of December, by the way, symbolically, the 6th of December is Saint Nicholas in Belgium. So the Friday of 6th of December, we were still hoping that he came through. He was in the coma for many days. And then I received the news like 6 or 7 a.m. that he left this world. And for me, it was like, wow, I was again feeling my pain. because in 6-7 days he was fighting, but he was passing away. A big guy like him, very wavy, not too much wavy, but very big, very tall, very a strong guy like him, leaving this world like that in few days. Wow. So for me, it was another shock, a shock with a big S. Aside Angel, aside Jessica, aside Odile, Axel was the third person during 12 months that I was like, wow. And then the fourth person is Nancy. And we are already on the 32nd minute. And I'm going to be short on that because I know that there is a session. Feel free also to ask any question. To join the stage, there is the link. There was a link. And now you have the link right there. Where you can go to my Linktree/FrenchRally page and join the stage. And so this is our session, my friends. I can speak for hours and hours and hours, like just witnessing comments from you. And at the same time, it's even better, even if you can join a few minutes or 1 hour during these 12 hours. You are welcome. So going to talk now about Nancy. And I was knowing Nancy last year through LinkedIn, Nancy H. Anderson. And she was already in her struggles for health, having cancer. I don't know exactly which kind of cancer. Pancreas, I'm not sure. But she was really struggling already with her health. And I was witnessing her online through different audio rooms. That was like in June, July, August, September, October, until December, because audio rooms were out on December. But I was knowing her at that time. And then in October, I was really willing to join a workshop from Amanda. Amanda, that I was meeting in March in the second of my year of a new language coach session in CGS, and she was doing a workshop about theater and body improvisation, storytelling. And I was like, wow, I want to do that. And she was proposing that on October at Farrosham in UK. And Nancy was already there. And already she came to see me in Brussels for an afternoon with one of her friends. And we were enjoying amazing coffee, what I call also Café du Bien. And I was also meeting her a few weeks later in Farrosham in UK in Amanda's workshop. And her presence was a light in this workshop session. And then the workshop was over, and then she was back to treat her health in US. And once again, aside Odile and probably also Jessica, Axel was not anymore and really checking in as often. And she passed away probably in February, I'm not sure, but she passed away in February of this year. But I was not on checking in, and there is a chance she's still alive, but I don't have any news after many, many months. And as she was my friend, I'm pretty sure that if she were alive, she would not knock me and say, "Hey, Oli, what are you doing?" Blah blah blah. But so I don't know. So it's my interpretation, of course. I can't say she's still alive, but there is a great chance that I feel that she's not alive anymore, because she's not anymore giving signs of life, even for her close friend like me and Amanda. And it was like also a shock in May of this year when I was in this conference, and Amanda told me that she didn't give any also news to me since February. So sadly, I can presume that she's in the other world. So I would like also to pay tribute to Nancy for her amazing energy and amazing fight, her amazing personality. She was probably not liked by anyone, by many people that was not like her, but she was herself. She was a queen fighter. for her health and for things that matter to her. So aside Jessica, Odile, Axel, I would like also to pay tribute to Nancy. And the fifth person is Zabi. And we are already on the 30th minute, 37 minutes. And so feel free to comment anytime. Thank you, Joshua, Catherine, Hermie, and Marcello. Feel free to join anytime if you are live. This is a 12 hours marathon session, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, even if I'm the only one to speak, because this is not for me. This is for us to give a trace, not only about me, about my passions, but also about my friends. And some of them passed away. And I want to pay tribute to them. So Jessica, Odile, Axel, Nancy, and then Zabi. And for Zabi, I would like to share one video I was making for her. Sadly, was not so much using this video to promote her story, her business, but it's a trace of her passage on Earth. And I'm going to share it right now. 12-14 minute maximum. So bear with me while I am prepping that. At any time, you can comment, you can ask me any question, LAMA, not the cousin of the dromedary, but literally ask me anything about French languages. And of course, during these 12 hours, at some point, I will also talk about my program. Because this is not only for me blah-blahing for 12 hours and honoring a lot of people, although I love so much to honor some people, because I know that there will be people that will honor me. I'm not the best one to support myself. I support others, and I truly believe that you support me also, by the way. So right now I'm going to share the video of Zabi for 12-14 minutes. Bear with me. This was Zabi, because she sadly passed away on the 21st of May this year. That was recent, my friend. Another shock, another beep in the ground. Here is the video of Zabi right now that I share again. So Zabi, first. So sorry. I had some technical difficulties. Let me try again. The video is like difficult to load because of the bandwidth. I don't know, but here is again the video that I'm going to share. I was sharing that previously in my previous session, but here it is.
Some it's easy to share with so much, and I believe in giving people flowers while they're here, like it's kind to each other, your values. Now, I have got into bespoking creams and treatments with people, and I didn't even realize I had that skill, and I call it Zebi Zeal for various reasons, because I had a zeal to do it. And Zebi is actually my Rasta name. Some people, some of the community know that by that, but my name and my grandchild was that his name. And Zebi Zeal started, the cream started after a deep, and I think initially it might have been from my 3 times damage from hair products, and considering how I am viewed in the community, I used to have health workshops from inception to end of life because we were having so many people passing away in our community around my age, especially the men. So I starts out. I have a cousin, the only family, travels the world, does healing. She studied community health and social work, and I studied child protection, safeguarding. Totally coincidence. We met as adults. I wasn't allowed to meet her as a child. I was somewhere she was visiting, and one thing, I was being hidden, which I didn't know, and also they looked down on her. A Rasta woman, didn't value the things she did, and now she's famous around the world. Enough of her. Coincidentally, I managed to find her as an adult, and she actually knows my network. She's grown parallel to me, which I didn't know. But anyway, one day she sat down with me and explained how one creates a treatment for someone. And she said, you simply look at their needs, research it, whatever. Make sure you know something about the person. It's very important. Then you just look for things that have the properties. And it sounded so simple. I think she was rushing to get to the airport, and she spent about 20 minutes with me. I made some notes. For her the following year, she said she was so impressed with the cream that I'd made. And my daughter lost her hair, and I made cream 3 times, which grew it back. And people were saying to her, oh my God, how did your hair grow back? And it developed from there to skin, to complaints, to whatever. I try and get the properties as much as possible from source. And some of what I call magic, because I say it's gifts from the universe, gifts from the gods, which heals and feeds nations. And because you said it's for black people or white, I say it's for everyone. And you just bespoke it according to the person's need, whether it's for their hair, their skin, or particular ailments. And it's almost become like a little community. And I was even looking at the thing of being in distress, the trauma of not being healed. It's almost an illness in itself. So I've had people cry to me and said maybe a child with extreme eczema, they haven't slept for 2 years, and the peace that it brought. And also there's times of my life where I didn't live in a place that had the things that I required for my day-to-day health, like just my skin and my hair. And a child doesn't look, they don't look like how they're supposed to look. So even in terms of safeguarding and finding children, sometimes in remote areas, in that awful state. I had also been that child, because they have this term that your hair is unmanageable or whatever. I mean, what does that mean? And whose beauty standards do we kind of live by? But each time someone comes to me for something, it teaches me something, feedback. So I've made things. I've got one that I make for pregnant women for their scars and months, and I call that yummy mummy. Some of the properties and precious oils I get is where my cousin gets on her travels, where she goes into Africa each year and does research, and often has used them on herself. And so sometimes she decides where she's going according to what we might need. So for example, a few years ago she was going into Burkina and said, there's going to be a war, and what would be the most precious thing? She said, their sherbet at that time is more precious than gold. So, and then I think a couple of years later, I personally bought back a batch of shea butter from Ghana, and even Ghanaians and Nigerians saying, where did you get this? And it's so beautiful. So it was a base that I'd used. And in Burkina, when my cousin went, she injured herself on a journey going to meet their ancestors. And it's a place that was so remote, they didn't know their flag had changed 30 years before. And when they asked where she was from, they said Jamaica. They'd never heard of it. So she's such a heroine to me that, you know, every year and on her own and as a female, I think she's just fearless. And then some of the journeys that she takes, a lot of she goes and gets artifacts and maybe things made up, mostly for artists, because she's also a journalist, a musical journalist. And so her journey in terms of obtaining things, for example, you might ask for an outfit, and if she can't find the exact shade, she'll go and get it woven and then coloured. And then once she travelled 30 miles in another direction just for the embroidery because of the skills she's trying. But even her stories along the way on one of these trips, and there's these two plants that she used, and she messaged me saying, oh, she needs to research this, you know, the properties of them. And both of them happen to have antibiotic, antifungal, and antiseptic properties. And she said they can heal like in a few days. And some neighbours, in fact, the first girl that tried it, I think, was a white neighbour, and one of my sons had an awful scar on his face. And a friend, an elder in his 70s, had to change his passport. He said, Sister Zebby, you made me a cream, and the mark he'd had on his face all his life disappeared within 2 days. And I have some things, a scar I've had from getting run over as a child for 50 years. It disappeared. So I can actually dictate different things. So I have quite a few women who want it because they don't have to wear makeup. A lot of men for psoriasis, acne, eczema, and I can put in aromas that people want themselves. But most of the aromas, like there's some people have never been able to have an aroma because of the difficult allergies they have. My cousin taught me things about thousand flowers and orange blossom. They smell nice, they're not dangerous, they're potent, gentle healing properties. So, and there's other people who just want to create something they like, products, and as much as possible I get straight from source. So I can get the shea butter from what's the word? Cooperative. You know, it's pure, it's clean. You know, most of the money, you know, goes back to source. And you know, His Majesty Rastafari says this in Africa awaits his creators. So they can be valued for their skills, and the money isn't in kind of other places. So anyway, that's how it actually came about. Something for babies, and then I started to do like gift packs. I've done a grandparent gift pack that had all sorts of things in it, even books and soaps and candles and the different. Sometimes I've made something, I've got feedback that it treated something else. An elder I know that's helped me for 8 years on Emancipation Day, he has some grandchildren in Scotland that he rarely sees. And he sent me a picture one day of a young girl's head, her skull was weeping. Age about 2 years old. And I made something and I posted. And he said he had some lovely feedback. He said the father had, don't know how he got it, he said he had ringworm. And I had to laugh, I hadn't heard of it for years, because when my children was small, it was like a round mark and it's contagious. And it's school or something, that kind of thing. But he said it healed the ringworm. But I'd used some of the same antibiotic properties in it for the problem in her scalp, but it worked on it. And then someone else said it healed, they'd had veins removed 30 odd years ago. They could afford that kind of treatment, but they had suddenly appeared again. And I gifted her some cream, and she said that the marks have been removed. So I really enjoy it. That's how it came about. So there's quite a few different things. I'm thinking of it expanding. For example, I think it's very useful to wash with it, and use certain oils. So I also, like I said, I take orders. I'll ask people, what kind of aroma do you like? Sometimes they ask me to find them something. So, and the oil that ooze from it. So, man, my cousin introduced, always get the best product.
Apologize. Melissa, you still have a few minutes. Thank you so much. I was witnessing that you were joining, but I was going to continue the video, but I stopped the video. So feel free, Melissa, to join whenever you want. It's such a blessing to have you on stage. So probably I will share the last minutes of the video, but Melissa, feel free to join. It's really sad that but Melissa, you have still a chance to join. Feel free to join. This is me coping with life, and so feel free to join, please, Melissa. So inviting my dear friends. So this, by the way, the full video was there a few days ago on the previous restream, and it's about sharing her mission about cream, and then probably 2 weeks ago I was aware through our common friend that she passed away. So it was another shock for me. So Melissa, please join. So Joshua, thank you again for your presence. Thanks. We are on the 54th minute of the session. And I wish that you can join me live at any time right now or in the next hours. Because it's not only me, it's we. From me to we. And happy birthday, by the way, Melissa. You have also your birthday. Okay, I might have a birthday marathon the day after, but probably not 12 hours, probably 2 or 3 hours for the encore, maybe. Hope that I can welcome incredible friends like Melissa, like Jay, like Nick, like CJ, like everyone to celebrate, because it's not only about my birthday, it's about our gift of presence in this world. And so, as there is no people present right now on stage, I'm going to share the last bits of the video because I was willing to interrupt to welcome Melissa, but she had also her birthday party. So magic of the life. Whoever who would like to join, I cut the video, but it is what it is. So now I'm going to reshare the last bits of the video because I want to finish that so that we can move on. And I'm only sharing it once, not going to share it for every part of the session. So bear with me. I'm going to again share it until the end, not passing through the whole video, but to share it from probably this side, maybe will be, yeah, this side, let's say like that. So here it is.
And that very morning, they'd written on a card exactly what I'd written in the card that I sent them. The writing and even the layout was exactly the same. And she said, she's just wrote this morning, embrace mind, body, spirit. So, and they get that. So I always feel very quite connected to it, and an excitement when someone gets their cream, because usually sometimes it's something that they need. A lot of, at the moment, I'm getting a few orders, and I've realised it's a cluster. It's people I gave like a few months ago. They all seem to run out at the same time. And a lot of the men, what they do, they send me videos of them scraping out the jar. And I said, listen, you need to tell me before it finishes. So I actually have to, I'm sitting here, I think it was the first time they've had a moment to sit down. I said, no, I need to set some base on the creep. So really, ZBZ is really what others have made it. And yeah, because we have a lot of trauma, isn't it, as a people, as a nation, kind of globally, and our healing is almost around us, isn't it? They say in the abundance of water, the food is thirsty. Most of all these things that I use in those products, they're all from the earth. And you know, I think every single one of them, I believe, apart from some of the ouds, they're edible. And they heal inside. One of the oils from Burkina, it's good. Anything to do with the bowels. So we gave it to about 3-4 elders I'm close to in their 80s and 90s. And my cousin come back. So everything is a beautiful journey, and that's why we must look after the earth.
Exactly, and what we forget also is that the body in itself is an organ.
The skin is our largest organ, which I remind people we don't think of it as an organ. The skin is our largest organ.
Thank you so much for your share, Zabi, and keep shining.
Oh, you're welcome.
So that was my share about Zabi's mission and video, and sadly, to realize 2 weeks ago she passed away on the end of May of this year. Was a pure shock for me. Another angel friend leaving this world too early at still a young age, like Axel was still young. So we never know when we are going to leave this planet, and sometimes it's like unexpected, like in a moment, in an instant, with the heart or with our body imbalance that is going to be less and less able to survive, to form the cohesion of our billions of cells that are there in this time on Earth. Because we say that the eldest person on Earth was 122 years old, but most of the time it's like 80, 90 years old. People that are more than 90 years old is really rare. Most of the time, people are leaving this world in their 80s, their 70s, their 60s, and even sometimes in their 50s and 40s, or earlier through accidents or through kind of a leukemia. Or so it's for me to the first hour of this 12-hour marathon. Would like to dedicate it to my friends that are now in heaven and that impacted my life and the lives of dozens and hundreds and thousands of people around them during their existence. And so I'm going now to also quote some friends that are alive, and they might comment, they might join. It's a surprise. I don't know if they will be able to join right now during the next 11 hours right now, or in the encore. I think I'm going to put an encore on Saturday for 3 hours. Another window opportunity for those that cannot join right now during the next 11 hours to join me once again for a birthday celebration. So anyway, thank you, Melissa, for I've tried. And yeah, enjoy your cake. I'm going also. I already enjoy the kind of a cake, but it's like more an individual cake. That is your first French word, by the way. I'm going to throw more and more words like that because it is the French word of a dessert. And that's also a kind of similar to wonder. It's the literal translation of that. And it is, in French, merveilleux. MERVEILLEUX. Merveilleux, like merveille. And by the way, as I'm going to express some French words, I'm really happy to share you some amazing things right now. Let me just check. Okay, so now I'm going to share you. Prepare yourself to draw, because I'm going to share to you what a merveilleux looks like. And I will say to you, bon appétit. So here is a merveilleux that I was eating. Not probably all these merveilleux, but here, for instance, it's a big one, my friend. This is a big one. I was not eating a kind like that, but this is a merveilleux. This is what I was eating, a kind of same format, a merveilleux. And it means wonder in French. And there are multiple sizes. And it contains, the ingredients are sugar and meringue. So it's really, this is merveilleux. This is merveilleux. So that's my share for this dessert. And the first word French that I'm talking about, merveilleux, which is wonderful. And so anyone who would like to comment or to join on stage, they are welcome. And as most of the time, I'm not preparing things too much in advance, so I am going to the flow. I was prepared to welcome my amazing friend Melissa, and whoops, finally she was on the backstage and she cannot join. But I truly hope that she can join in the next 11 hours, even few minutes, or tomorrow for the encore. So feel free to comment in the chat to ask me any question. You are welcome. Joshua, thank you so much for being still here in my audience. And as always, I'm blessed also to welcome you on stage if you would like to join the stage. There is no obligation. And I'm doing this 12 hours marathon to increase the chances to see a lot of friends joining my sessions. Probably most of them are not aware that I'm doing that, but I'm always in my vibes of doing things, and then the people will appear. So bon appétit. Yeah, indeed, bon appétit means enjoy your food. And I can talk about other desserts, by the way, in the next minutes or hours. So we are on the hour and 6 minutes. And I think I have still 24 minutes before I decide to bring my first break. If you would like to join, if you would like to ask me questions, if you are commenting, if you are live, if you are participating, if you are sharing my event, joining the stage, commenting, ask me question, Lama, it's not the cousin of the dromedary, but literally ask me anything about French and languages, you are welcome, and I can extend the session like 90 plus minutes. But until now, I plan to just make it for the next 22 minutes, 23. And then I'm going to have my break on my GoBrunch room for the next 90 minutes. and you are welcome to join also on my GoBrunch room. That I'm going to give you the link after that, because I am doing it on GoBrunch also. Aside that, I would like also to honor that, because GoBrunch is quite amazing. So I was sharing about the amazing room of Claudio, about the meditation one, and I will end this 90 minutes with that. Again, this room. I'm going also to enjoy my GoBrunch room, which I'm going to share, because this is an amazing community. Aside Dr. CJ and her community, aside the new language coaching community, GoBrunch is an amazing place where I was connecting during the next 6 months or so, 6, 7, 8 months, I think, with an incredible community, and it's boiling, my friends. It's really incredible. So I am going now to share for the next 22 minutes my GoBrunch room and continuing to talk about that. So if you have any question, let me know. You can also join the stage. Thank you so much for being live. And whoever shows up, shows up. And whoever doesn't show up, doesn't show up. I know that we have all busy days, busy time. It's already 11 p.m. my time. Oh no, near noon, midnight. It's near midnight my time. So I am going to do that still for 11 hours. And so here is my GoBrunch ReFrenchYourBrain room, where you are able to join. You can join right now by going to the Linktree link of Linktree/Folly. You'll have a link to join the stage in Restream and be voice audible in YouTube and LinkedIn. You can also join my GoBrunch room. I am blessed to be there, because it's also to reward the amazing community. And here is my room in more details. You can have the sense of playfulness that I love to put in these rooms. And then, of course, my Café du Bien room, which is also an incredible room that I like so much. And here is my Café du Bien room. Here on the top, you see the blessings of the meditation, Zen. And then below you see my Café du Bien, and you can go to my room, you can go to my forest, you can discover incredible things. And I'm going also to pay tribute to RJ from the community and the camaraderie. Probably at that time, I don't know if there will be people out there, but it's really some minutes of GoBrunch tour to honor them, because this is also going to be on GoBrunch. So here is the camaraderie where we can discover her world, or their world, because it's her, she, they. So that's an incredible community. And here, I don't know if I will be having online friends here. Yeah, I see Devika, Beth, First Draft Ninja. I'm not going to these rooms because I don't know if there will be people there, but there is also Shadows Pub and Stacy, Quantum Quaff. Amazing community. We are probably more than 100 people, but we are probably having 30 to 60 people that are pillars in the GoBrunch community, creating in their own business. And so this is me paying tribute to GoBrunch also. So I am to go back to my Refrench Your Brain and continue to talk. Feel free, as always, to comment, to having any question, any remark. I'm happy to interact with you. This is not my session, this is our session. And this is me sharing the best moments for my birthday party. So we are on still there for 18 minutes. Let me know in the comments. You have already a lot of points, Joshua, because you commented a lot. And feel free to comment. Feel free to share my event because we have still 11 hours. I'm doing that all my night until 10:40 a.m. my time, because this is, and I'm going to share also why you are do that. I'm a bit crazy because I'm talking on my own, but I'm not in my own. There are angels and Jesus and God. Of course, if you know me, you are going to cope with the fact that I want to connect with God and Jesus more and more and more. I'm someone who is spiritual and not Christian, but connecting with God and Jesus, because they are really important in my life, in my journey. And it became unexpectedly with angels, and then really, connecting from the source, God and Jesus. And of course, you have the blessings to be having your own faith. Could be Mother Earth, Gaia, could be universe, Allah, Vishnu, whatever. For me, it's God and Jesus, and this is it. And I'm going now to share something that a room that I was not really sharing so much, and then I'm going to continue my talk. But here is a room that I was building that is also helping me to connect with God and Jesus. So I have the forest, the sacred forest, but also I have the shrine come shine. And it's what is possible to do with GoBrunch. You can prompt, add your prompt, and decide to build any kind of room. I was not using this room for a while, since many months or years, by the way, many months. You see people popping in, like here, Shirita, this is glorious. Thank you so much for sharing that. It was during the World Building Expo, by the way. So you see, but people was not presenting this room, but people were curious and were really amazed about that. So this is a way for me, and I'm going to improve this room also to build more my faith practice with some prayers. And so I have also the shrine chapel, but I was not having this room. No, sorry, some whole rooms. And then here you see multiple rooms. Like I'm a bit like crazy with pandas, but here is also the shrine chapel, where you can also join the space and using it at a faith Jesus prayers space. So that's incredible. That's in space. GoBrunch, thank you again. You're part of my journey. So it's about sharing the best to my audience. And as always, I am talking on my own for still 8 hours. And I know that I will talk a lot, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, it's really, I'm doing that not for me, not for the friends that were counting in my life, but also for you, my audience. Like, this is an opportunity for you to show up, to join the stage also if you would like, and to participate to the powerful play. There was a quote that I like so much, by the way. I'm going to be back to refresh your brain there. And I was earlier placing the session talking about 21 GoBrunch rooms. I'm not going to do right now because I've done that. Feel free to go back and be curious. And that there is a quote from a movie that I like so much, by the way, The Dead Poets Society, from Robin Williams. Oh, Captain, my Captain. And there is a full prayer that a full quote that I don't know by heart, like, oh, life, oh, world, whatever. But the last lines are that the powerful play still goes on and that you might contribute a verse. What would your verse be? So that's me in a nutshell, sharing that. I going to explore right now, going to in mind. Okay, cool. I'm searching for all the technologies, by the way. But I am still live. I am still audible. Feel free to comment anytime. And this session has still 13 minutes. And then on, you will be able to join my room that you see right there, right there. For the next 90 minutes, I'm going to rest for this time, and then going to the part 2 at 1:40 a.m. My time, which is a bit later in US and already in India or Australia, New Zealand. It is already the morning, by the way, I think, in Australia. So I'm doing it the 12 hours for my worldwide audience. So I still have 12 minutes. And of course, I can do more if I have any comments. Anyone would like to join the stage? I'm going to go through my LinkedIn to see if I was having any comments right now. Thank you again, Melissa, for trying. Thank you, Nick. And we shall see if people are going to join. So I'm just going to so thank you, Catherine Interrogator. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Marcello. And I'm just going to check if I was missing any comments. But I... Ooh. Yes. I would like to also share a comment right there. Because it's really important. It's about education. Thank you also for Richard for helping me also in his own way with GoBrunch and also to promote this session. So I'm going right now to share 2 comments, in fact. Okay, I'm going to share 2 comments. One about French and education, and one about the reply of Nick. So I'm going also to integrate that as a gift to my reward list. I have now 4 points for the comments. You have even more points if you join on stage or if you reshare my event. I'm going also to add Richard. Let's say, yeah. And until now, the winner is Joshua. But feel free to join the stage. We'll have even more points to reshare my post. You will have more points. And also to ask me any question related to French and languages. So right now, I'm going also to, to do that. To share my screen right now, this one. First, to share the reply of Catherine about her post. Her post about, and in fact, it's in French. I can translate it in English for you. So here right now, you see her post, the share. I'm going to share right now in English so that you have a sense of translation. Imagine, I'm going to quote it in English. Imagine you possess a Ferrari, but nobody never told you to drive it. It's exactly what is happening with our brain. And a dead angle of the educative system. Our body and our brain are formidable, incredible, in constant evolution of from our birth to our death, capable of learning, of adapting to almost all, to repair itself, or to sabotage if there was a dysfunctionality. A brain much oiled allows us to increase considerably the quality of our life, a better management of our emotions, more resilience against the learning process is efficient and durable. slowing of the apparition of dementia symptoms as such, as many others. But what does signify good oiled, and to which belongs the mission of train the humans to use parents? Difficult to pass away what we never learned ourselves. At such exceptions, they were probably not having the knowledge or the skills to pass on to the next generation. The school, it will be in my opinion, the place the most adapted. More to acquire knowledges for the study topics. Learn to learn would allow to place the school more welcoming and efficient for so many students, and to revolutionize the life of the teachers. Things are changing, but we are still far from the goal. How much teachers received an adequate training? How much teachers understand the cognitive processes on play in a journey of learning? What are teaching the classic trainings didactical of FLE, like Français langue étrangère, which is for French as a foreign language? DU, I don't know, sorry. DLI, I don't know this acronym, sorry. DU, no, it's DU, sorry. My eyes are a bit tired right now, etc. As at this topic, the emergency to evolve against the AI advances, intelligence artificielle, artificial intelligence, AI, IA in French. I place in the comments a link to a study of the MIT and an article which are talking in French. So translated title, Your Brain with ChatGPT, accumulation of the cognitive depth when using an AI assistant for the essay redaction, the thesis. There is a correlation between the use of tools of artificial intelligence and the modification of our cognitive capacities, going through the degradation, the less and less cognitive functions of our brain, of our mind, of synthesis and critic. To use the AI smartly, we must first understand how we function and help our youngsters to not be tempted to the easiness. Solution: integrate the neurosciences in the education. Now, you would like to discover how integrate the neuroscience and techniques of coaching in the training, in the school teaching. Inscribe you to my newsletter 2 times a month to begin to transform your pedagogical approach. And so that was the article of Katie in French that I'm translating to you for this first part session ending. I'm going then to check the comments later on to see if there are any participation, because I am running friends through participation. So thank you again, Catherine, Interrogator, to putting a comment. That's why I'm also going to your article and translating English for our English-speaking audience. Thank you also, Joshua. Thank you, Marcello. Thank you, Nick, for your previous support. Thank you also, Melissa, for trying. And thank you everyone who will comment right now, asking me any question, repost my event, or partake in on stage during the next 11 hours. So I'm going to translate the last part. Hi, I am Katie. I help adults of the worldwide to learn French more efficiently without stress, and I animate. It's like I lead the certificating training to become coach, new language, new language coaching in Canada and online for efficient language coaching. This is my community of new language coaches, by the way. It's amazing. So here was the comments of Kathy, and then the article that I'm going to share right now, transform your classroom, a language classroom with the help of neuroscience. So I am now going to share the second comment that I was going to share, and then I'm going to unshare my screen. Oh, and Joshua, Colorado time is 3:59 p.m. Amazing. Yes, it's oh wow. Yeah, indeed. So it means that it's 8 hours from now, because right now it's midnight. Midnight minus 4 p.m. So it's like 8 hours right now from me to you. And the last comment that I'm going to share was Nick, that commented my post, by the way. Share my screen. So, oh my God, I set my alarm for 4 p.m. ET today. This starts 1:40 a.m. my time. Okay. Tomorrow. Is your birthday tomorrow, Oli? Okay. So, why do I do 20? Oh no, I'm sorry, it's a bit late in my side. I'm going to share my stop my share right now. And why do I do the 12 hours session? Am I crazy? 12 hours marathon. Why do I do that? Well, it's to first honor my mom, because she gave me birth 49 years ago, minus 11 hours right now, or so. It was 10:40 a.m. my time on the 21st of June 1976. So 49 years ago on the 21st of June. So it's still in. I'm going to stop this marathon with the part number 4 at 10:40 a.m. Like spending all the night for you, but having some breaks also. That's why I think I'm going to stop now the session in few minutes, because I don't have any interactions in the comments, but I will still be there on my GoBrunch room for the next 90 minutes, and I'm going to begin my second part in 90 minutes at 1:40 a.m. my time, which will be 7:40 p.m. EST or 4:40 p.m. PST. And why do I do that? It's to allow you to join at such time, because there are people joining from my community that are living in New Zealand, in Australia, in Africa, Europe, Asia, and South America and America. And right now in New Zealand, it is noon on the 21st of June. In Australia, probably at various time zones like 9, 10, 8, 9, 10 a.m. So it's already future for me and for Africa, some parts of Africa and Asia and Australia and New Zealand. I have a broad network. And so I am extending the opportunity for you to partake into this amazing marathon, 12 hours. And thank you so much, Joshua, for being there, by the way. It's incredible. And so I need to plug my battery. Okay, right there. Up. And I will have also to plug my body battery by drinking some things, taking care about myself for the next 10 hours and 10 hours and 28 minutes, I think. And this is incredible. I still have my 90-minute session. And so once again, you can comment. If I don't have any comment right now, I'm going to end this session in 10 minutes maximum, by the way, because it's already 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I'm not going to talk for hours and hours if I don't have any reaction. and that's why I place it as a marathon. Even as a marathon, like I don't run a marathon. I think I never run a marathon, by the way. 42 kilometers in one side. I can do it in 2-3 times in various days. Like at some point, I was even walking 40 to 48 kilometers. It was like 3, 4, 5 days ago during the pandemic. But it's really no, my record will be in 2024 and 2025. My record will be 25 to 40 kilometers, great maximum. But it's already a lot for one day. But normally I like 20, 25 usually. When I do 20, 25 kilometers, it's already an amazing, great day. So today I walked probably 15, 18 kilometers, which are really amazing, by the way. So I am now going to wrap up this session. I will still be in my GoBrunch room that you will be able to find if you want to join. Of course, I don't expect anyone to join because there are not a lot of people reacting live right now. So I will rest there for the next 90 minutes. And then at 1:40 p.m. in less than 90 minutes, I'm going to begin my part number 2 for my marathon. And so on and so on until 10:40 a.m. my time. And feel free also to repost my events, to comment, to join the stage at any time during the next 10 plus hours, because I'm doing it for you. I'm not going to do only for me, although it's incredible, but I'm showing up, by the way. So as I was showing up during the audio rooms, most of the time I was on my own, but I was thinking, oh, by the way, I'm going to do it anyway, even if there is no one partaking in the subscription. I was really blessed on 2023 and then so on to see people joining my room without them to be registered beforehand. Like they popped in like surprisingly, magically. And I was creating amazing friendships through that. So I could expect also to see people in my GoBrunch room. Who knows? So that's why I'm going to stay in my link, in my GoBrunch Refrench Your Brain room. And I am sharing it so that, again, you can see my GoBrunch room here, right there, that you can join. And then that's all. And I will do the marathon as long as it's going to run, and probably I'm going to do the encore. Again, Joshua, thank you so much for your dedication. And at some point, you can also join the stage on part 2 to bring your voice, your songs, if you like. Because on part 2, I'm going now. Part 1, I was making tribute to some of friends that passed away last year, like Odile, Axel, Zabi, Nancy. And part 2, I'm going to focus on friends and people that are still alive that impacted me during the last 12 months, like Dr. CJ, like Aaron, Omar, Susanna, Kevin, and some others. So and Joshua, I would like to thank you again for the energy that you bring, because since 2 years, in fact, I think, and now in GoBrunch, but before it was in Indian Audio, you were giving us the gift of your voice, of your songs. And as the voice of Leslie Flowers is also missing to me, the voice of Joshua only, the one and only Joshua, sorry for the pun, but I'm baking some pancakes, is incredible. When I hear you sing, you are putting your heart. So thank you again, Joshua. And of course, there is also another Joshua, I don't know which family name, but I will say the other Joshua, the one with incredible effects. Another Joshua, by the way. that was it also impacting my journey. But there are many other people that impacted my journey. So thank you again, Joshua. I am going now to end this part 1. Be in my GoBrunch Refrench Your Brain room. Feel free to join, like linktree/FrenchHolly. And going to share the video of the room I was sharing at the beginning, the Little Prince. I was really liking it, and so now I'm beginning and ending each of my sessions through that because I love so much the ambience of that. Last but not least, before I close this, I would like also to encourage you to buy me a coffee to support me, and also I'm going also in the part 2, 3, and 4 to share more my programs, my FLECH program, FLECH, for members that are willing to improve their French, their languages, to go for me in exploration, faith, book clubs, creativity, and to form a community where we are helping each other to improve this world, one soul at a time, one light at a time. So that's my FLECH membership. Then I'm going to promote more and more and more. And on part 2, so I'm going to witness the friends that are alive, that were partaking in my journey in the last 12 months, and you are part of them, Joshua. Even though we were not speaking a lot, but you are still in my journey. One that impacted me, elevating my soul through your songs. And I am going to talk about so friends that are part of my journey. I'm going also to talk about my mental health. That's really important. I would like to tell you, on my own, I wouldn't survive. The last 12 months, on my own, I will not survive. Like, already the 8th of March of last year, I received an incredible gift from Aaron Gibson, my presence in his show, The Soul Man Live, and to receive his grace because I was not producing on time all the pictures that he required to me, but he gave me this amazing grace of giving me the video that I'm going to share on part 2. That is the video that I love so much to share about me, my mom, and my life, my journey. So it's, of course, it could be like egotic or egoistic to share only my journey, but I don't know your journey. So thank you, Joshua. So that will be part 2. So 80 minutes right now. I'm going to rest in my GoBrunch room. Feel free to join whenever you want. During the next 10 plus hours, I will be in my GoBrunch room too, because this is a Restream LinkedIn YouTube event. This is also a GoBrunch event. And of course, during my marathon, it's not sustainable that I'm going to be blah, 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 live 3 hours for the part 1, 3 hours for the part 2, 3 hours for the part 3, and 3 hours for part 4 at 12 hours unstoppable. I'm unstoppable, I know, but I need also to rest. So, but I am resting in my GoBrunch room. You can join me there whenever you want during the next hours. I will be there too. I'm really blessed also to envision people going on stage because it's about a conversation, sharing the journey, the gift of my presence. And that's it. Now I'm going also, once again, to encourage you, to invite you to scan the QR code or to go to the link ko-fi.com. So it's ko-fi.com, coffee.com/lyrics to buy me a coffee, to support me. This is really important. I'm doing since days, weeks, months, years, hours and hours and thousands of hours of my LinkedIn videos since, in fact, the 1st November 2021, I'm doing this as a LinkedIn video, and then since early 2023 LinkedIn audio, and then since end of 2023 doing LinkedIn videos, streaming, and YouTube. And I'm doing it for free, and I'm tired. My friends, I am tired to do that. I'm going to be less present on the restream vibes, like maximum 20-25 minutes live per week, and focus more on my FLECH membership, FLECH, for people that are willing to, that I support them for the energy they will give me. So I'm going to talk more about this program next part, so I'm not going to talk it right now, but it's just to let you know, please, you feel free to support me, like $1, $5, $10, $20+ whenever you want to give me, it's welcome, because I am exhausted, my friend, mentally, physically, financially. I'm exhausted. I made a lot of expenses for the last weeks and months and years, and now is the time for me to say I would like also to receive. So I am proud to do that. Maybe some people would say, "Oh, once again, he's playing the victim card or whatever," but it's like on the part 2, I will also sing some songs, and to find my place in this world, I need also to place myself to the receiving end and to say, look, feel free to support me, to buy me a coffee, to also seek for what could we do to elevate our respective network. Like we can do collaboration. I would say collaboration. Collaboration. To bring our voice together, our mission together. That's something that I'm really grateful about CJ, because Dr. Constance Leland is doing that 2, 3, 4 times a week for 2 years. And wow, I don't have her energy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but I envision that because it's about collaborate with each other. So already passing through the 15-minute marks of my session. I'm going now to share, so after buying your coffee, after talking about what's going to be envisioned in the part 2, I'm going to share once again the amazing GoBrunch room. That's where I'm going to start and end every of my sessions. And so it's really a moment, a video that I really like so much. So bear with me, I'm going to now share it, and then ending this session, where I will still be in my GoBrunch room, by the way. So here it is. So thank you everyone. I'm going to stop this session. I will be in my GoBrunch room and see you in a bit less than 70 minutes, in 1 hour and 10 minutes, going to my part 2. Thank you everyone for those partaking to my part 1, and keep shining everyone. Keep always shining. Bring the light that is within you and connect with people that are seeing your value. Bye my friends. See you on part 2 in 70 minutes, in 1 hour and 10 minutes.